Oh my gosh, hello guys! Welcome back to my channel, and today I wanted to do a little discussion video on an anime that I'm totally obsessed with. And that series is Haikyu. I absolutely adore this show. I think it's so great, has a lot of really great characters with a lot of heart, and I just really want to talk about it. So specifically, I'm going to be talking about Season 2 of Haikyu, so if you haven't watched Season 2 yet, I wouldn't watch this video in case you didn't want to be spoiled. I'm not going to spoil anything too important though, but just to let you know. So a little backstory before I start this discussion. I just want to say that I used to play baseball when I was younger, and I was the bench warmer for most of my baseball career. So the fact that this show showcases that feeling of being a bench warmer really resonated with me. Specifically, I'm talking about Inoshita, who is the guy who came in to cover for Daichi when he got injured. I loved his storyline in Season 2. Originally, this video was going to be a rant because they were like in the opening and they were on the team, but they weren't ever like being shown or playing. And I get that they're bench warmers, but at the same time, I felt like a lot of pain for those characters because I know exactly how they feel, and I feel for them, and it bugged me that they weren't getting highlighted until later on into the Season 2. So I'm glad they finally did get highlighted and we got to see more of them, but the fact that we didn't for so long kind of bothered me. But it's totally true that the idea of you being like a pinch player and you have to cover for somebody, and the fact that you don't get to play very often and there's all this pressure in this really intense game is really taxing on someone's like emotional state. And you see that when Inoshita cries after the game that he wins, and he just feels like he is like beating himself up about every mistake he made, and that really bothered me, but also made perfect sense, and I felt the same way in my own like career as a baseball player. Different sport, but kind of the same feelings. And I'm just so glad that this anime talks about that, because that's something that gets overshined a lot in media in general. You never hear about that in stories, or rarely very often. So I really appreciate that Haikyu took like the time to care about the bench warmers in this show. So yeah, just a short little discussion, just something I wanted to talk about for a little bit. What do you think about this idea? Do you like it? Have you seen Haikyu? Do you have the same feelings? Were you a bench warmer when you were a kid? Let me know in the comments below. Let's talk about it a little bit. Discuss this. I think it's really interesting, and I really applaud the animators and creators for doing this story, because it's really important, and I just feel like it reaches into my soul a little bit, and I just really appreciate that. So yeah guys, thanks for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Your support means the world to me. Thank you so much. And as always, please, for the love of all that is gay, stay sexy!